My name is Kelly, and I'm the head of customer experience and conversion for Iceberg Digital. Today, we're going to talk about how to upload a CSV file of contacts into Lifecycle. So let's get started. First, you'll want to get an export of your contacts from your software company or whatever company that has the contacts in it. That is either an Excel file or a CSV file. Once you get that file, you'll need to clean up the data. It is important to remember that for Lifecycle, we must have a column for each of these items. If you don't have, for instance, an email address for everyone, that's okay. It must be separated out into salutation, name, surname, mobile number, email address, address name and number, address line 1, address line 2, town, city, county, and postcode. Please also remember it is important that each of your Lifecycle contacts has either a mobile number or an email address. Once you have clean data, you'll want to go up and save it as a save it as a comma delimited CSV. Once you've saved it, you're able to come into Lifecycle and upload the file. So you'll click on Contacts and then Upload CSV. It is important to remember that we need one file for each of the following contact types. It is important to keep those separated so that you can separate out your audiences and know who you are reaching. Today, we're going to choose vendor. You would need one file for vendors, one for buyers, one for landlords, and one for tenants, all separated out. While some contacts may be in each of those files, you will be able to, they'll just mark themselves as vendor, buyer, landlord, and tenant. You do not want to mark everyone as all because you want to run specific ads or send specific content to specific contact types. Then you click on CSV Upload and choose your file. You confirm that you have the consent for these contacts to receive marketing, and then you click Save. You'll get a nice little success message in the corner, and then you'll come up to CSV Import page. Up at the top is Update Lifecycle Fields. This takes the information from the CSV contacts and updates the contact records. So in other words, if you updated a mobile number or email address in your software and then do a CSV upload, the Update Lifecycle Fields will take that mobile number and email address and update Lifecycle's information for that contact. When you upload files, you create a new static audience. A static audience is an audience that is created manually. So when you add a contact into the audience, they will stay there forever unless you physically remove them. When you add a static audience, those contacts will filter through to what's called dynamic audiences. Dynamic audiences are based on rules. So if I uploaded a contact list of vendors, the all vendors dynamic list would automatically bring all of those contacts into that list. I recommend creating the static audience name of the contact type and then the date that you uploaded it. That way you can come back in and check to make sure that your contacts have arrived and it's easy to find. Tags are another way to group contacts. So for instance, I would use a tag on where to identify where these people came from or where these contacts came from. So for instance, I'm going to say that they filled out my viewing form. And when you hit enter, that tag is created and then will be usable later with any other contact that you want. Down below, you have to match the CSV columns to the Lifecycle fields. So these are the columns that you just created of all of your contacts. And these are the fields that that information will come into. Salutation goes to salutation. This one says name. It's not important that it matches Lifecycle. It's important what field you choose. So this particular column goes into the first name section. If you skip any of the columns, so in other words, I'm going to put in the mobile number and the email address, but I'm not going to put in anything else, that information from the CSV file will not come over into Lifecycle. We recommend the more information, the better, but if you have information in there that does not currently fit into a Lifecycle field available, you can skip it. For speed's sake, I'm going to skip and click Save. It tells you the match is completed and that we've started to import. At this point, the system is uploading all of the contacts from the form that you filed and is going to filter those through to your audiences. You can check within a few hours, you should have some contacts in there. It can take up to 12 hours depending on how big your file is. So in order to check, you go to Marketing and Autopilot and then Audiences. And once you're in Audiences, you'll see all of the dynamic audiences that we created for you. Then down at the bottom, or depending on your alphabetical order, it is organized by alphabetical order, you'll see the list or the audience that you just made. In here, you'll see this number go up and up as you add more contacts into the system. You are able to delete the audience. This deletes the grouping of contacts, but not the contacts themselves. I'm going to do that now. You can also view the audience by clicking on the little arrow or on the audience name, and you'll be able to see the list of contacts there. That's how you update and upload contacts into Lifecycle using a CSV file. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out to me directly. My email address is Kelly, Kelly, at iceberg-digital.co.uk. Thank you and have a great day.